In this tutorial, we will be learning how to cut this simple yet elegant lace top with this bell sleeve. Actually, this is the back of this top. This top, you can wear it either ways. You can wear front to back and you can wear the back to the front. This tutorial is a very simple one and it is absolutely beginners friendly. So this is what the front of this top looks like when you are wearing it the proper way, like when you're wearing the front to the front. This is what the neckline looks like. And this top is actually an inner for a corset, which I'm going to be uploading the tutorial to the cutting and sewing of the corset soon. So this is what this top looks like when you're wearing it properly, so to speak, when you're wearing the front to the front. And then we are going to be learning how to cut this top in this particular video. This video is just going to be a cutting video because the sewing of this top is very easy and simple. So it's majorly going to be a cutting video, and this top has an invisible zip at the side. There's no zip at the back. This is what the back looks like when you're wearing it at the back. Without talking too much, let's jump right into the video. But before then, hi, my name is Oluwatosin. In case you are seeing my channel for the first time, and you're welcome. To all my returning subscribers, you're also welcome. In case you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when next I upload new video on this channel. So for this project, we are going to be working with Chantilly. I used 1.5 yard of Chantilly for this particular top. Depending on the measurements you are working with, you can use 1.5 and you can use 2 yards, but I used 1.5. So this is the Chantilly lace, and here are the basic measurements you need to achieve a top like this for any adult at all. Because this top does not have zip at the back, it has a side zip, as you can see in the video. I'll be folding my fabric into 4, considering the highest measurement between the person's bust and hip. This person's bust is 47.5. Her hip is 46.5, approximately 47. So I'm going to be considering her bust. If you watch most of my tutorial, you would see that I always mention that you consider the highest measurement between the bust, the waist, and the hip, because there are few cases where the bust is bigger than the hip, just like in the case of this person with like 1 inch. So I'm going to be considering a bust plus just 4 inches allowance, and then I'll be folding that into 4. So a bust divided by 4 plus what the allowance I have here now is just 1, because my 4 inches allowance is folded into 4 as well. So after this, I'll proceed to measuring our length. Our blouse length is 27. Because this lace has edge, I'll not be folding the down of this top. I added just 1 inch allowance for joining the shoulder line, and I cut it out from the rest of the fabric. The next thing to do is to divide our shoulder by 2, starting from the part where there is no joining, where there is no opening on your fabric, to the part where there is opening on one side. I divided our shoulder by 2. I marked that. I added ½ inch allowance because this top has a sleeve. The next is to divide our armhole by 2. Our actual armhole is 22, but at this point, instead of using 11, I used 8.5. I proceeded to draw in a armhole off. Then I divided our bust by 4. I added 1 inch sewing allowance. Our waistline divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Then our hip divided by 4. I added 1 inch sewing allowance. I'm using 1 inch because this fabric is a little bit stretchy. If your fabric is not stretchy, you can use 1.5 or 2 inches allowance. Then for the neckline, I used neck width of 7 on fold of 2. I marked 3.5 and neck depth of 1.5 for the back and then 3 for the front. And they are both round neck at this point. After this, the next thing is to cut out the neckline. And after cutting out the neckline, I cut for back first, just the 1.5. Then I slanted my shoulder line. The next thing I did was to open it up. I kept one. The one I kept aside is for the back panel, and then I retrimmed the neckline for the front to 3 inches, which is the length of the neckline. Now for the back neckline, we are going to be drawing out our keyhole neckline. Like as you can see, the back has a keyhole neckline, which I said you can also wear at the front. So to do this, I'm going to determine how wide you want your keyhole neckline to be. In my case, I marked 8 from the shoulder line. I put a mark at that point of 8. Then from the neckline, I came down with 1 inch. Then I went inward with 2.5 inches. Like I said, this depends on how wide. I went inward with 3 inches. This depends on how wide you want your keyhole neckline to be. And then I just proceeded to drawing my keyhole neckline. And after marking all of that, I trimmed it out. I hope that is clear. So when you are done trimming it out, you are going to cut open just cut open that part that I'm cutting so that you can put button or bra hook or whatever, so that it will be easy for it to pass through the neck of whoever is wearing the top. And basically that is it. The next thing to do after this is to just cut the sleeve. We are done with cutting the body of the top itself. So to cut the sleeve, I'll be considering a armhole, which in this case is 22. So I folded 23, added 1 inch allowance. I folded that into 2. I'm cutting for the 2 sleeves at the same time now. Our ideal long sleeve length is 23, but I made this top 26. So the trumpet sleeve, the trumpet can come out very well. So I cut out the full length. I marked out the full length of the sleeve. Then I proceeded to draw an armhole curve on my fabric. After then, I measured where I want the trumpet to come out from. In our case, I used a little bit below a 3/4. A 3/4 length is 17, but I used 19. So at that point of 19, I marked a round sleeve divided by 2. Then I went up a little bit. I added 1.5 inch sewing allowance. I went up a little bit to somewhere around the bicep region. I divided that measurement by 2. I added 1.5 inch sewing allowance. Then the armhole curve that I marked without measuring, I measured a armhole on that curve. Then I added 1 inch sewing allowance. I connected all these points together and then I proceeded to cutting it out. When I was done cutting out, I just cut out this 1 inch just to pipe the neckline for the front and the back and all of that. So I opened up my sleeve like this to retrim the front. A sleeve like this, the front has to be smaller than the back. So I opened it up just to reduce the length of the front with 1 inch. And that is it, guys. I told you it is so simple and very easy to achieve. When I was done cutting and sewing, my top came out looking like this. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been with me from the beginning till this point, in case you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me down in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it has been helpful to you or you found it interesting. If you can, please share my video amidst your soulmates as much as you can, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.